It's one thing to know what exercises you need to do to build and grow your glutes, but it's a whole other thing to know how to actually plug in those exercises into your leg day so that you can actually build and grow your glutes properly. So that's exactly what I want to talk to you guys today in this video, is how you should be structuring your leg days so you can get the best results in building your glutes. And if you guys have never seen my face before, hi, welcome. My name is Tashana. I'm an online trainer on the NUBODY app, which is also my app. And I literally just help women achieve their body goals. I also have been able to build my glutes from this, where it was very much flat from like every angle you can see it at, to this, where I got it lifted at the bottom. It's getting that projection, capital P, bookshelf look from the side. And I've learned how not only to lift my lower glutes, but also how to build my upper glutes. And I just want to help you guys achieve that as well. Before we get into the details of the leg days, I do want to disclose the fact that everybody's body is different and everyone's results will look different. So if you and I were to start from the same point, starting point, we do the same exercises, eat the same things, do the same weights, loads, all of that, we will get two different results because our genetics. We are individually different. So what your results may look like is gonna be completely different from the next person. So try not to compare yourself. Try not to be like, well, I followed this program and this girl who followed the same program got these results, but my results, like, don't, okay? The only comparison you should be doing is comparing the results you have to what you previously looked like. That's it, that's all, nothing else. When it comes to building your glutes, 3 leg days is optimal. You can build your glutes with 2 leg days a week, 100%. But if you want the best results, 3 leg days is like the sweet spot, okay? So for people who are just like, I don't have the time, 2 leg days is all I can do, but whatever excuse you're giving yourself, stop it. If you really want to build your glutes, you are gonna make sacrifices. You are gonna have to do changes that are gonna get you the results that you want to get, because clearly what you're doing is just not working, right? This is why we're watching this video. So make sure that you are, well, I'm assuming that's why you're watching this video, but make sure that you're targeting your glutes 3 times a week. Figure out somewhere in your schedule where you can plug in an extra leg day that's literally going to take you an hour and a half, an hour and 45 minutes max, and that's including cardio. Because when it comes to your leg days, you should only be doing 5 exercises, nothing more. If you want to do 6, okay, because you're doing an accessory exercise, but 5 exercises is perfectly good to get the best results. Whenever you're doing 7, 8, 9 exercises in a leg day, 2 things are either happening. You're either doing junk volume, which means after a certain amount of sets, the extra sets that you're doing, the extra exercises that you're doing for that particular muscle, so like your glutes in this case, or your quads or your hamstrings, are not giving you any more results. You're not getting more muscle stimulation. You're not building your muscles more because you're doing 3 more exercises than I'm doing on the same leg day. It does nothing for you, this junk volume. And then the second reason is you're just doing redundant exercises, which kind of also falls under like junk volume, but essentially you're doing the same exercise, targeting the same muscle over and over and over, and it's just like, you don't need to do all this. Like, you're literally just wasting your time. And if time is of the essence for you, then you're gonna want to cut down your gym time as much as you possibly can without cutting out the gains, right? So stick to 5 exercises every single leg day. Now when it comes to what 5 exercises you should be doing each leg day, you want to look at it from a weekly standpoint rather than a daily standpoint. So don't look at it as like, okay, today I'm gonna do this, that, third, cool, but you're not really too sure what exactly you're going to do the next leg day and then the 3rd leg day, because chances are you're not going to be targeting either the lower glutes or the upper glutes enough in the week. And that's what's very important. For me personally, when I program clients' workout programs, I look at it from a grand scheme. I literally do quads, hamstrings, upper glutes, lower glutes, biceps, triceps. Like, I put all the muscle groups out and then I list how many sets they're doing every single week, and I look at it from a grand scheme, like, okay, they're doing 30 sets of the quads, they're doing 20 sets of the hamstrings in a week, so that it all works out in regards to what their goals are, what they want to focus on. So when it comes to the glutes, break it up to lower glutes, upper glutes. Every single leg day, as I've mentioned in previous videos, you want to be targeting your upper glutes at least 1 exercise, and you want to do 3 sets of that exercise. Now for your upper glutes, it's usually going to be like an accessory exercise because it's usually like abduction movements where you're moving your legs laterally away from your body. So those are going to be like your hip abductions, cable clamshells, fire hydrants, lateral leg raises, things of those nature. Then you can have 4 exercises that are going to be targeting the lower glutes and the upper and lower glutes, like hip thrusts, right? What you want to do is, let's say day 1, you have 4 exercises that are targeting the lower glutes. and then you have 3 sets of those 4 exercises. So then you just have right then and there, my math is not the greatest, but if you have one exercise that's 3 sets, and then you have the second exercise that's 3 sets, so you're doing 6 sets, then you have the third exercise that's 3 sets, so that's 9 total sets, and then the fourth exercise that's 3 sets, that's 12 total sets. So for one day, you have 12 total sets of the lower glutes that you're working, and then you have 3 sets of the upper glutes that you're working. And if you apply that same concept for the other 2 leg days, then you can be able to do, okay, 3 sets you do every single leg day for the upper glutes. So 3 times 3 is going to be 9. So you're going to be doing 9 total sets a week of the upper glutes. And then the lower glutes, we said that we're doing 12 sets, right? A leg day. So you do 12 times 3. So 12, 24, 36. You're doing 36 sets a week for the lower glutes, and then 9 sets a week for the upper glutes. Just off of that, you guys can see there's such a big discrepancy between 9 and 36. So in that sense, you're gonna be able to know that, okay, my lower glutes is gonna grow way more, like almost 3 times more, right, than my upper glutes. So I don't want that to happen. So what you would then do is you would adjust it, right? So you're gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna make sure that I do 2 exercises every leg day that targets my upper glutes, and then I'm gonna do 3 that targets my lower glutes. So then it's gonna balance things out. So now instead of 9 sets a week, you're gonna be doing 18 sets a week for the upper glutes, and then for the lower glutes from 36, it was right to, my God, my math is horrible. I actually should figure this out. So if you're doing 3, 6, 9, so you're doing 9 a day, 9, 18, 27. 27, there we go. You're gonna be doing 27 sets of your lower glutes a week, and you're gonna be doing 18 sets of the upper glutes a week. And that is gonna allow your lower glutes and upper glutes to both work and both grow at a pretty like close level. So this is what you want to apply every single week. You want to look at it from a weekly standpoint rather than just simply a daily standpoint. And you also want to adjust this according to what your goals are. Now, when it comes to the sequence of the exercises, this is where you want to do your heaviest lifts first and then your lighter lifts at the end. So your heavier lifts are going to be more of your compound movements. So these are exercises that are targeted more than one muscle. So then not just your glutes, but your glutes in your quads, or your glutes in your hamstring, or your glutes, quads, and hamstring, right? So this is your hip thrusts. These are your RDLs. These are going to be like your leg press. These are going to be like your deadlifts. These are going to be maybe your Bulgarian split squats because you hate these so much and you don't want to do them. So you want to get out the way first thing, like myself. These are what you want to do first, because when you first start your workout, you have the most energy. Your muscles are not exhausted as yet. So this is where you want to actually get those harder exercises out the way. And then at the end, you're going to do more your lighter exercises, your accessory work. So these are where you do like your upper glute exercises, cable kickbacks. It could be your lunges. It could be your back extensions, because your glutes are going to be more exhausted and it's not going to take as much out of you to do these lighter exercises. Because if you start off with doing these lighter exercises first and then you do your hip thrust at the end, I don't know if you've ever done your hip thrust at the end of a leg day, but you won't be able to push as heavy as you would have if you were able to do your hip thrust at the beginning of your leg day. Now, granted, if you go to the gym and the hip thrust machine is being utilized, the Smith machine, the squat rack has no squat racks available, then yes, you might have to alter and do your second heaviest lift and then go back to that exercise and get it out the way. As long as your first 3 exercises are your heaviest lifts, you are going to be okay. And do please let the person know that you want to use that machine. So that way you're not just waiting around, because if you keep quiet and you just sit there and you do all your other exercises hoping that you can get that machine to be free and hop on it, but every single time you look, someone new is on it, you're never going to be able to get your exercise in, and you're probably just going to leave the gym because you're just like, well, you know, it's been occupied all day. You have to let it be known that you want to use that machine and just ask them when they're done their sets, or if they can even notify you to let you know when they're done so that you can go use it next. Now, when it comes to your rest times, you want to be resting between 1 minute to 2 minutes every single set. Now, this is going to be the best rest time for you when it comes to hypertrophy. Obviously, if you're going to more like strength, like you want to be stronger for a lift, then this is where your rest times can go up to like 3 to 5 minutes. You know, people who are doing their 1 rep max. But in this case, when it comes to building your glutes, you're not going to do 1 rep max of your hip thrust or 1 rep max of your RDLs. Like, that's just not really what's going to get you the results that you want. So you want to aim for 1 minute, which is usually going to be for your lighter accessory exercises. So like the last 2 exercises of your workout, and then 2 minutes or close to 2 minutes is going to be more for your heavier lifts that you do at the beginning. So like like your hip thrusts, your squats, your RDLs, your split squats. Even with your split squats, like when you're doing split squats, you can take 30-second break between legs so that you can actually give yourself the energy and the recovery needed to fully finish off the other leg and all the reps. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever done like kickbacks before, or any type of cable exercise where you start off with kicking back, let's say your left leg, you do all the reps you need to do with the left leg, and then when you're ready to do with the right leg, your left leg is like shaking, you feel it more in your left leg, and you're just like, oh my god, I don't understand, it's not working my right leg, I only feel it in my left leg, but I just kicked my left leg, and my left leg is not the working leg. Well, one is because your left leg, with whatever leg you have that you're standing on, is there to stabilize your body, so it is working in a way, but it's not working your glutes as the leg that's actually kicking back. Now, to avoid that, you can literally just take a 30 to 45-second break in between legs. It's not gonna kill your gains, it's not gonna be inefficient, it's perfectly fine to do that, but keep it to a minimum. Don't be taking a minute plus breaks, right? And the same thing applies to when you do your rest time between sets. You do not want to take such a long time in between sets. So using a timer, or using your phone, or using like my app, for example, the NUBODY app, I do have a timer where it tells you how long your rest times have to be, and when your rest time is over, it notifies you either on your Apple Watch or it notifies you on your phone that you have to start your next set. Because it's very easy for you to be taking a rest time, scrolling through your phone, picking the next song, looking on Instagram, reading emails or texting, and the next thing you know, it's been 3 minutes and your rest time was supposed to be only 1 minute and 30, right? And when you take longer rest times in between sets, it's actually not going to work in your favor in terms of building and growing your glutes, because your muscles are now being like completely relaxed, and that's not what you want when it comes to hypertrophy. You want your muscles to still have a bit of that pump when you go into the next set. So this is why your rest time is super important. Now, when it comes to reps and sets, you want to aim for 12 to 20 reps for your accessory exercises. So this is going to be exercises that you do at the end of your workout. So like your upper glutes, you know, the cable hip abductions, the clamshells, all of that, because you're doing a lighter weight, so you can do a bit more in reps. Now, for your heavier lifts, like your deadlifts, your hip thrusts, your lunges, and all those variations, your squats, you want to aim for more 8 to 12 as your rep range. So that's going to be the perfect rep range for hypertrophy, which is basically growing and building your glutes. Now, when it comes to the weights, you have to kind of figure that out on your own, because I can't tell you how much weight you should be using. I can't tell you what's going to be heavy, what's going to be light. Everybody is different. But the rule of thumb I do give to a lot of my clients, and I like to give to people, is that if you can do 12 reps clean for 3 sets, your form's not compromised, you're not failing on rep 12, then you can go up in weight by 5 to 10 pounds depending on the weight load that you're using. Now, if you can do only 8, 10 is like pushing to failure, you barely made it to 10 and your form is compromised, then that is a good weight for you for that particular exercise, and stick to it until you get to a point where I just said about the 12. Because the last thing you want to do is ego lift where, oh my god, I can hip thrust 6 plates, but your form is shh, and you're basically feeling it in your back and not your glutes. You're not doing yourself any like favors. It's a complete disservice to yourself, and you're just ruining your gains. So humble yourself, drop the weight, and prioritize your form, prioritize range of motion over heavy lifting. Because, you know, the gag really is that you don't have to be lifting heavy and hitting new PRs every week for you to get gains and to build your glutes. You can literally be lifting a moderate weight. Wow, I almost struggled with that word. But you can be lifting a moderate rate. Oh my god. You can be lifting a moderate weight. Wow. And just do more reps. So for example, if a moderate weight for hip thrust for you is 90 pounds added to the barbell, so 135, you can do 15 reps for 3 sets and maybe a rest time of 1 minute and 30. That will still be challenging enough for you. That will still allow you to get your gains. And sometimes when it comes to hip thrust, when you're programming it into your workout split, you can do 1 hip thrust on day 1 where you're actually pushing yourself to failure and you're doing your heaviest load. So this will be 4 sets of 8 and you're doing the heaviest weight that you can do. And then on day 3, when you do hip thrust again, you can do more so high volume in terms of reps and not in weights. So this is where you can do 3 sets of 15, 3 sets of 20, but your weight is a lot lower than what you would do on your day 1, because this day is when you're doing more of a volume in terms of reps, and on day 1 you're doing more of a volume in terms of weight. So it's just different things you can play along with, but I won't get too much into details with that because it does get a little complicated and you kind of have to know how to program in order for you to do that properly. But just wanted to put that out there, that it is a possibility and it is a way for you to grow and build your glutes without having to always hit new PRs if you're pushing yourself with reps and sets. So the workout split I had for years, and I still have to this day, that has helped me really build my glutes is doing a quad and glutes day where I have 5 exercises that targets my glutes and my quads with my upper glutes included in there. I have a hamstring and glutes day, which also does 5 exercises targeting my hamstrings and my glutes. And then I have a third day, which is mainly just like my glutes. And I also will target my upper glutes half of the exercises. So I'll do like 3 to 2 exercises for my upper glutes, and I'll do 2 exercises for my lower glutes. And this has honestly been the best workout split for me. I feel like it gets me the best results for not just my glutes, but my hamstrings and my quads. And I also, every 2 to 3 months, I'll switch up the exercises so that I don't feel like I'm getting bored. It doesn't feel redundant. I'm still targeting the same muscles, but I'm doing a different exercise. So kind of like tricking my brain that I'm doing something different, but I'm really not, but I'm still getting the gains. So that is what has been working for me. And a lot of my clients too kind of do the same workout split, and they love it as well. But you just have to really find what works out best for you. So I hope this video has given you guys some type of clarity and understanding on how to actually plug in those exercises that target and works your glutes into your leg days so that you can get the best results. And if you're still unsure of how exactly you should be programming your leg days, or you're just like, I don't want to do this, like this is just tedious, I don't have time for this, can someone just tell me what to do and I will just do it? Then I got you. I have a 5 glutes workout program available on the NUBODY app for at home or at the gym. I got beginner level and I also have advanced level, and you guys can get that with the link down below. Or if you guys want to work one-on-one with me, where I actually program a specific workout program for you based on your equipment, based on where your level at is with like your weakness, your strength, what exactly you want to target. If you want to target more your upper glutes, more your lower glutes, more your quads, more your back, whatever your goals are for you, I will program that out with you. I also will give you a meal plan, and we can get started to get you the results that you want. So the application form for that will be linked down below. You can fill that out, and then we can hop on a consultation call and discuss how everything will work out. But with all that being said, I hope you guys have found this video helpful. If you did, let me know down below. Or if you have any further questions, let me know, because I will be more than happy to answer them in the comment section, and also make videos in the future on questions that I feel are frequently asked. But in the meantime, I appreciate you guys as always. Make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.